Beverly Chill.
Okay, I don't know if it's going to let me get this mic out of here. There we go. Okay, hi, I'm Beverly. How's everyone doing? Woo-hoo. Okay. Sorry. As you can see, I don't do stand-up. I am a sit-down comedian. I started sitting down on stage because occasionally I have a problem with my feet swelling. When that happens, my doctor says that I should keep my feet elevated, but be sure to get plenty of exercise. Yeah, I haven't quite figured that one out yet. I mean, I could put a treadmill on the ceiling, but if I'm laying there with my legs in the air, my husband kind of takes it as an invitation. Of course, that is a form of exercise, but I can't even do yoga at home because he keeps trying to make it a double downward dog. Let me get to know a little bit about all of you. Clap if you're over 21. Over 30? How about 40? Anybody besides me over 50? All right, clap if you're married or have a boyfriend or girlfriend. Kids? Aren't babies so sweet and tender and juicy? How about pets? Okay, now clap if you're married and have a boyfriend or girlfriend. Any smokers? Non-smokers? Yeah, I only smoke after sex. I haven't had a cigarette in 3 years. Maybe I should start doing yoga at home again. Any weed smokers? Did you get that, officer? No, just kidding, but see me after the show. Okay, well, I really only asked you all those questions for the applause. Figured I should get it up front just in case you don't like the rest of my stuff. No, really, I was getting the age range because I want to tell you younger people a little bit about what you can expect as you get older. When you turn 40, your eyes start to get bad. When you turn 50, your knees start to go. I think I'm getting a preview of what's going to go bad when I turn 60. Yes, getting older, for women anyway, is a lot like being pregnant as far as your bladder is concerned. Yes, you have to pee a lot and sometimes you leak. About the time you start buying less period pads, you start buying more pee pads. And you know, ladies, we start out with high beams, and then they become low beams, and eventually fog lights. With men, of course, it's the penis. They start out with a cute little spark plug. Then it becomes like a standard stick shift because, you know, they're always jerking on the knob. Eventually it's like a busted radiator hose just leaking liquid everywhere. And there we are right back at the pee pads. As you get older, weird things sometimes happen, like you can get tendinitis in your hand just from holding your phone for too long. Unfortunately, the same tendons that you use to hold your phone, you use to hold the steering wheel, and I'm an Uber driver, and to hold the mic. So I'm not sure which one like aggravates it the most. Of course, it could be those lefties I've been giving my husband. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Okay, if you're over 40 and you've been married for a while, you don't always keep up on the landscaping. Instead of a landing strip, it's more like a landing field. Sometimes it's overgrown. Excuse me. Let me tell you a little bit about my husband. He's half Welsh and half Hungarian. So you know what that makes him? well hung. He had to get a cardiac stress test done, and but he's got a really hairy chest, so the electrodes wouldn't stick, so they had to shave a couple little spots on his chest. But they made it in kind of a V shape, so now if you do like a close-up on his chest, kind of looks like a woman's bush from like the 70s or something. He also has a little bit of a problem with dandruff, so my friend told me to give him Head and Shoulders. I don't know how to do shoulders. He said, well, maybe you should get a refresher on the head part too. Yeah, I was like, well, you never complained about that when we were dating. She said, yeah, but that was 39 years ago. I said, well, you know, I told you on holidays and special occasions, so you know what he did? Now we got one of those calendars where every day is a holiday. It's made by Oscar Mayer hot dogs, so every day is Wiener Day. So I don't know what he's complaining about. I think he's just waiting for me to be old enough to lose all my teeth. You know, they say it takes balls to get up in front of people and tell jokes. I just borrow my husband's. And since his last name is Cannon, they're cannonballs. I did say he was well hung. But you know, I could start a support group for comedians and call it Stand Up Comedians Anonymous, SUCA, sucka. But we don't really want to be anonymous, so I'd probably have to change it to Stand Up Comedians Unanimous, but that would make it suck you. Which, you know, my husband would love to hear. Honey, I'm going to suck you tonight. But he'd probably be pretty disappointed when I left to go to the meeting. You know, I think I might start a self-help group called Procrastinators Anonymous next week. I do belong to this one support group. It's called DAM, Mothers Against Dyslexia. I think that's about my time tonight, so be sure to check out my Facebook page.